Oh. Okay, so back to the feature matches since we're actually doing those again. I mean, surprise, we're still going. Benjamin Deeter and Jared Giovelli. Let's see. So we have Drag Unity on with from Benjamin Deeter. Let's see. Jared Giovelli. Let's pull up some fun deck list for him. There are a lot of G's here for some reason. Jared Giovelli, Agents. So we have Agents versus Dragoonities. That's quite a few traps there.
Oh, this agent guy is playing all the traps. So
All the traps.
all the ones.
So let's just see here what's going to come out of this. So, I mean, nothing really out of the ordinary in the Dragoonity deck. He's not playing Fossil Dynas or any kind of weird, crazy techs. Uh, yeah, everything is fairly straightforward for him. Even his side deck is extremely straightforward, but that might be, a note to what his success is. So,
Looks like
nope.
the agent guy is playing a barrier statue of the light, which is probably a huge problem for dragons.
Oh, I imagine so.
Huge, gonna be huge if he can get to it. If he can get to it early in the game and get it on the field,
Yeah.
establish position with the multitude of traps he has. Looks like one, two,
Yeah, I mean, and even if he gets rid of it, he runs 3 Call of the Haunted to just bring it right back. So,
like 12 traps, I believe.
yeah, that's 5, 6, 11 traps.
11 traps.
Yeah, 11 traps.
I missed one. Okay. Yeah.
So that's still 11 traps he has to tear through. Whereas Benjamin's traps, he does run real traps, but 3 of them are Reckless Greed, 1 of them is Return from a Different Dimension. He's only running 6 offensive and defensive traps. So
X2 features why? Well, because everybody that's not X2 has intentionally draw.
yeah, all the X1s have just drawn. So
And everybody takes the ID in the last round if you're X1. So the only people left are X2.
yep, so we got to deal with them. But, that's where we get some of the more interesting matches because, most of the X1s are going to be just Dragoonities. But anyway, let's get back to the match. Looks like we had Agent of Earth come down, probably searching for a Venus. Set 2 and pass. Dragoonity
He's
already
got
getting to his engine
Ravine,
immediately.
yeah, Ravine going on already.
Yep, so let's see if there's an MST in response to that by any chance. Now, this is actually something that I've brought up multiple times in events. Uh, when when they play the Ravine and you have the MST,
Hmm.
uh, speaking with a lot of Dragoonity players, they love it whenever they discard the Phalanx and they MST, like in this situation. But now they've got a Phalanx in the grave for
Hmm.
Ducks plays. Going against Dragoonity dragons or dragon rulers whenever they play that, do you wait for them to discard, or do you just get rid of it right away?
Well, I think if you don't know what you're playing, then you just wait for it. But if you know you're playing Dragoonities, you get rid of it immediately and don't give them the out to the or don't give them the Phalanx in the grave.
Hmm. So there was a Herald of Orange Light right there, discarding the barrier statue. So as one set, if that's Call of the Haunted, I'm going to be pretty happy because then he just goes, whenever he banishes to try and summon something, just chain Call of the Haunted and bring it back. Be pretty
They're
nasty.
pretty upsetting for the Dragon player.
Absolutely.
Looks like he's holding a sword and a Tempest. Not sure what he just said.
Sword Tempest and, I don't even know. I didn't really get to see what the other one was. I want to say it was a Phoenix Wing, but I don't remember. And there's a Battery statue.
I'm pretty sure he said a gold sarcophagus as a bluff.
Hmm. Now we're just going to start seeing slow poke here, much in the similar way that Fossil Dyna does. But Fossil
Yeah, and
Dyna,
effectively, this is much more effective than Fossil Dynam because he still can make all of his plays.
exactly. So no Mirror Force for Jared to run into today, so it's just 2,000 to the face.
Not sure what he said still. Thought he had said the gold
So
sarcophagus, but that wasn't it.
going to go ahead and do Tempest with 7 swords, search out for the Phalanx, which means he may have... Does he run the cards? Yeah, he runs the 2 cards of consonants to get the Phalanxes in the grave,
That's
which
what
he
he
does
has,
have,
yeah.
so... He gets to dig deep, and he did draw the Mirror Force, so he will be able to just go and protect himself uh, with the Mirror Force. Upstart giving Jared 1,000 life points here, just digging deeper in the deck. That's one of the things that I've just been so astounded by with the Dragon, or any form of the Dragon deck. This format is just how consistently they can just tear through their entire deck
Mm-hmm.
with how many draw cards they have available to them. Any other deck, I mean, the last deck that had that kind of draw power, we're talking Teledad and, Dad Return.
Right.
So,
Old days, good days.
now I've actually heard people say that they believe that even if Teledad was at its full power again, or Darkroom Return at its full power, well, Darkroom Return is a different story entirely, but Teledad at its full power, that Dragon Rulers at their full power still would have just stomped Teledad.
Right, they would, and they would because they have better monsters. It's the power creep, like Crimson Blader. Like what does Teledad do against Crimson Blader?
Hmm.
If you get it, you get it. You lose. You would have to adjust the old deck to keep up with the new deck.
Hmm.
Are these? Some people asking, what are their records? Are these guys X2?
As far as we know, these guys are
I
X2.
do believe they're X2.
And it looks like based on other future match tables, Patrick Hoban is X2 right now as well. So
Or he could be X11, maybe.
yeah, if he's X11, then that would be another reason for playing. Here comes the Venus.
Got Patrick Hoban at a feature match. We've got my teammate Nathan Ura at a feature match next to that. And then we have this.
And there goes the warning after paying 500 to bring out Monster. So Jared loses another 500, and Benjamin eats 2,000 to the face.
We'll see. I'm not sure why he wouldn't let the first shine ball come out and then
And then use the...
use the warning on the second one. That way he has a blader target if he so chooses.
So, and then we're just going on wombo combo play here. Man, that's the first time I've said that today. I just thought about that. Obviously, this agent player is not bad because he has made it this far with agents. Whether he's great, that's a different story entirely. The question is, what's Benjamin going to go for here? Is he just going to go for... I don't know. He could just go for scrap and just start keeping him, decent hold on the game.
He's playing against
But
agents, so I mean he has to think about Hyperion coming down at any time, Christia coming down at any time.
yep. That's kind of more where I was leaning, actually, was the Spark Dragon, because now he can protect itself from Hyperion, from Christia, etc., and still hopefully be able to do something.
Well, I think he still loses the spark if Hyperion comes down, unfortunately, because spark only protects itself once during the turn.
True, that is very true. Well, is it? I thought it was. It couldn't be destroyed for that turn. So, okay. How many? I believe that's just one color that he has access to right now, unless that's a Tempest there that I missed. Because I believe he just has 2 Blaster there. But I can't quite see.
Yeah, I just looked up Stardust Spark, and it says once during this turn it cannot be destroyed by battle or by
Okay,
card effects.
fair enough.
Looks like he's got the Ravine.
Digging the Tempest to send another color, or just get a Dux. There we go.
Nope, looks like he's gonna get the Ducks.
Yep. Just make some more plays go happen. Make some more plays happen.
gonna go on this scrap.
And just start protecting things with Spark Dragon just blowing things up. This is quickly fallen out of the favor of the barrier statues.
It'll be interesting to see how he sides. He does have the Maxis in the side. He has messengers.
So there's a Mirror Force, so he gets to protect one card. Uh, it's a very good choice. What do you pick at this point? Do you pick the Scrap or do you pick the Stardust? I would think
I
Stardust.
believe you picked the Stardust. You have to. Got to keep something on the board.
I'm pretty sure he was just double checking to make sure that there weren't 4 fairies in the grave.
Looks like he took the
But I believe, if I'm not
scrap. Yep.
if I'm not mistaken, the 4 fairies may actually very well be in the grave right now. So you had the Earth, the Venus, the
Looks like he's gonna do
well.
Earth for absolutely nothing productive.
Oh, he has 5 in there right now because of the Herald.
And we're gonna go to game 2.
Yep. Because he only had 2,200 life points left, and it was not gonna. He couldn't do anything with that with those cards that he just revealed for Pot of Duality. So yeah, looking at the side deck, which we'll do here in just a moment. We're going to take a quick commercial break. So be right back with you guys. Thank you very much for watching, but we will be right back. Oh my gosh.
Oop. Oh, yeah, there we go. Let's see what this guy's got. He's got some Scarecrow, some Raikou, Kaiku, Maxi, Messenger, Cylinder. I've seen that all day. Cylinder, good God.
So yeah, we'll see the walls, the cylinders, maybe the cylinders.
I'm pretty. He'll probably bring them in because this is
Kaikus.
only Kaiku is definitely
There's so
probably gonna
much
come.
in there that he has for dragons.
He's got so much hate.
So much.
I don't know.
All right, guys. Thank you for being back with us. Uh, Now, well, one question I was about to ask Dominic while we were on the break is, do you think that match would have turned out any differently if he had simply switched the barrier statue to defense and just kept poking with Venus, or not Venus, Earth
The Earth.
for 1,000 as opposed to running right into the Mirror Force?
Yeah, I probably would have ended different. Yeah. I do believe. Didn't he have the blaster though? Didn't Deeter have the blaster?
I think he did at the
Yeah,
blaster,
I think
so
he had it.
he did
Yeah.
the double ditch blaster, so there was something there.
Either way, I don't think you continue to run the barrier statue into, especially when
Hmm.
you know he's playing against Dragoonity Ruler, so there's ducks that you can just summon and
Exactly.
beat over it.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting a little tired.
It's been a long day.
It
It's been
has.
some inclement weather. I wish I had known that the tournament was delayed in a couple hours. That way I could have slipped in.
Yeah. It's actually interesting to note that the tournament was delayed, but this is the final round, and it's 8:18 right now.
Which is still, that's really quick.
That's really quick. We started late, and we're finishing early.
Imagine if we'd started on time.
Yeah, imagine if we'd started on time. We would have been out by 6 o'clock today.
Looks like you came down with Thunder King early.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Summon Thunder King. Thunder King is very, very potent against them, but
And he keeps
walking
running.
right into that Mirror Force. Do we have something to stop it? Nope, not today. That Mirror Force just keeps wrecking him.
Coming down with the Venus.
Yep. Let's see if we hit another warning this time. Nope. We're actually going to get our shiny balls out on the field.
It's always good to see shining balls.
Absolutely. They make such lovely pairs.
I have to admit, they are a nice pair.
Hmm. Or in many cases, triplicates. Uh,
I heard that was cancerous. So.
now, what do you... I don't know if I've ever liked... Oh, well, I guess dead drawing the third shine ball later is a bad thing, but I don't know if I've ever agreed with entirely with getting all three shine balls out of the way right away. And or leaving one in the deck and doing something like, especially when Avarice was around, and being
Mhm.
able to send them back and do it all again. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Um, I think that he has to draw well. Like
Yeah.
there's because he's playing Dragoonity
Hmm.
Rulers. It's not if he's playing regular Dragon Rulers, maybe it'd be different because he has the barriers. He has the the Thunder Kings and stuff like that. But he's playing Dragoonity, so I think he has to maximize every single draw he has.
Fair enough.
And he wants to load up for Christie as well.
Yeah,
Make
I
sure.
mean, I guess that is a way to guarantee that you're getting four fairies right there as soon as that field is cleared. That's Christie right on the board.
Mhm.
Lots of shuffling. Too much shuffling.
It looks like Dieter's neglecting the Dragoonity play in favor of the Dragon Ruler play for some reason. I'm not sure why. I haven't seen his hand. Um,
So he's got the blaster there. So let's see what happens here. Call the Haunted on the Thunder King. So no searches. That's just a drastic loss in hand
yeah,
advantage.
terrible. Oh, he's got the MST though.
So no T Kings today. So gets his searches, but he's got that one back row. And also, unfortunately, that gives him a Redox and a Tempest, things that he can use Dragon Ravine with, or Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, more importantly.
Is that what he has set?
I imagine one of those is, but I didn't get to see what he had set. He set them up at the same time that he did the Thunder King, so. Quickly, smash the Shine Ball. Oh.
Looks like Jared Giovelli is looking for his outs.
Yeah, I mean, Blaster is a really big card, so being able to have a recursive 2800 beater is just ridiculous. When will GOAT be streamed? It's a good question, guys. We will see if we can get some GOATs in during tomorrow's stream. Top 16 always, we take it much slower, much more relaxed pace. So we may see between top 16 matches if we can get some goats in, see if we can get some stuff from the Gold Sark tourney in. Anything that looks interesting, we'll see if we can get it up on the stream for you guys. We definitely want to get you some more as opposed to just, watching this current format. We know a lot of you are frustrated with it and are just waiting for it to end, in a couple weeks. So the good news is this is the last ARG event that we'll be hosting that will be under the September 2013 Forbidden Limited list. So we will have the new list as of January 1st, and all ARG events afterwards will be under that list until March, or until April 1st, obviously.
Mm.
I get the feeling that on April 1st, there's going to be no ban list because it's going to be like, fooled ya. Not until June.
That'd be pretty bad.
It would be pretty
I'd be
horrible.
kind of upset.
I would be a little upset.
Speaking of ban list, just curious on what the people in the chat think about the ban list being um, not biannual anymore and having 4 ban lists a year instead of 2.
I mean, I personally like it. I would love to see what some of the people in the chat think about it as well. But I like it, even if that gives them just the chance to just change like 2 or 3 cards in the list between on a change. It gives them the chance to balance things, so we don't have any uh, long single deck formats like this.
Right.
Because despite the changes that we saw in September, it's been essentially the same format since Dragons were released in May. So for
Right.
7 months, we've had the same deck in the top. So I can definitely see why people would be frustrated in having it. So
hmm I see some people saying I'd rather have 2 ban lists. Why would you rather have 2 ban lists?
yeah, that's actually a very. Why would you rather have two? I said that I like having four. So and I gave my reasons for it, but I don't know. So slowly whittling away at the Gotchi with the blaster. It's now no longer able to protect itself, and everything's weaker. So you see it disappear here. Someone in the chat says tribute summon Christia. Wouldn't be a bad idea right now, but then you just fall prey to one of the 3 back rows.
Oh, he's fallen. I was about to say he's fallen into enough.
He's run into so many mirror forces already. So,
Right. But at some point, he does have to make a play. He's
so that's
sitting.
2 upstarts in his hand right now. We're about to see 2,000 life point game by Jared here in a moment. Yep, and sending the duck or the phalanx to grab the ducks. Not even worried. Or I thought for a moment that he might not want to give Jared an extra 1,000 and might ditch one of the upstarts to grab to grab the ducks, but I guess I'd rather just dig deeper and get a different card. So Jared back in the lead, not by his own means, that's for
Right.
sure, but back in the lead.
It's got
And
ducks coming down.
here come the plays. Keeps looking longingly at his back row like he wants to do something with it, but nothing's happening.
I think I'm pretty sure Deeter has Trapstone also. So.
Yeah, I remember Trapstone being one of the ones that he had. I thought I had saw return, that I had seen return as well, but he just hasn't had the chance to banish as many dragons, I think, as he wants to. But and of course, doesn't want to just run right into a bottomless trap hole or something.
Mm.
Speaking of trap holes, have you looked into trap tricks at all?
I have. I've seen that deck, and it's more annoying than it It's chalked up to be
Yeah, more annoying than it is good, I guess you could say. But
also true.
but it's definitely it's fun. I've been playing with it at my locals. Not that playing at locals really means anything, but a couple weeks in a row I've gotten either won or topped with trap tricks, which is pretty silly. Hey, we actually are almost over 400 viewers in the chat, or not? Yeah, in the chat and on the stream. So awesome! Thank you guys very much for that. Of course, as I say that, we start dropping back down again, but it's whatever. Uh, we understand it's the end of the format, so people are, less excited about seeing matches played between all these different, or all these, similar and same decks. So understandable that not as many people are watching this as they have in the past.
Hmm.
The more people we can get watching the top 16 tomorrow, though, the better. Obviously, the better discussions we can have, the better chats. So thank you all. Thank you all very much for joining us today. And as I said, we will be back for top 16 tomorrow at around 11 o'clock or 11 a.m. Central Time. So we'll be back for more live streaming. Get live streaming of the top 16 as well as hopefully some live streaming of some goats if more people are playing goats tomorrow.
That would be that would be awesome.
Maybe we'll get Dominic on live stream of some goats. So while we've been talking, your Crimson Blader came down on the field.
He attempted, Giovelli attempted to compulse, and they got trap stun,
Mm-hmm.
and it swung over the Gachi.
Yep.
So he can Crimson Blader for, looks like, successfully 3 turns.
Yeah. Just assuming that nothing goes down like a Mirror Force or anything like that. Assuming nothing goes down to stop it, which doesn't look like it's going to. MST in the back. Magic Cylinder.
This is during the same turn he trap stunned, or no?
No, this is
Oh, next turn.
yeah,
Okay.
this is the next turn.
It seems like they're playing at a really fast pace, and I'm switching between here and the chat. Looking.
Absolutely, trying to look through everything. So. From our end, we can't really tell that there are any issues with the stream, so we do apologize if you are having issues. Uh, we have dropped no frames on our end. Our upload speed is really, really good from where we're located. So I do apologize if you're having issues with the stream. If you haven't already, go ahead and try refreshing. Uh, but we are A-OK on our end, so I do apologize if you are having issues. It's definitely not something that we want to deal with, or not. That was a pretty poor choice of words. Definitely not something that we want to have you guys to have to deal with. But at the same time, it's not really something that we can help if it's the issues that we're having on your end. I mean, we've even got the stream pulled up next to us on a different internet connection, and the stream is playing just fine. So I do apologize for the issues you're having, but it appears that it's an issue with your connection or your location at this point in time. So I'm thinking that we're seeing the end of the game right here.
Looks like it.
I mean, there's not much that can happen at this point. He's going to be Crimson Bladed locked for another turn. And this isn't game on the board by any means, but this is still a lot of damage that's about to go down. And it looks like Benjamin still has just billions of plays that he can make right now. There goes the Buster, so that's 28, 28, 28, and 26 on the field right now.
See why is Giovelli at 8,500? It's because he played 2 upstarts, and he also used Venus' effect 3 times.
Mm-hmm. And that has been the only damage done so far.
Correct.
Was Venus hurting himself.
and Benjamin Deeter continuing to make plays.
Absolutely. I mean, at this point, it's you just have to think, just go big. Let's just do it. So I believe we're just going for the OTK right here. Yep, there is no Swift Scarecrow coming down.
He does side it, but I guess he didn't draw the one. He does play. And that is it.
All right, good game to Benjamin Deeter with his Dragoonity ruler, stomping out Jared Giovelli's agents. Unfortunately, just didn't look like the agent player could really get anything going that time. He got his Venus play off, but just kept running right into Mirror Force.